Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Ringside Wrestling Entertainment. This is Joel Perez here for your Smackdown Live review for the date of March 13th, 2018. We're talking everything that went down on Smackdown Live here tonight. We are, I guess you can say, officially on the road to WrestleMania for SmackDown Live. No more pay-per-views in the way. Fastlane is done with. And I mean, what can I tell you? Might as well be calling this show Nap Time Live. Because that's exactly what it is. It's nap time. It's a boring ass show. What can I tell you, bro? What can I tell you? Started off decently here tonight. Nakamura, AJ, I'm decently surprised by the way they're handling it. Actually pretty well on SmackDown Live, but everything else on this show is just a complete dud. It's either non-exciting or they just handle it completely wrong. And I mean, that's just the way the show feels. Non-exciting. We're going into the biggest show of the year, and everything besides Nakamura and AJ, where the hype is there because we're getting the dream match. Besides that, nothing else feels on par. It really does not. SmackDown Live, really going into WrestleMania, besides the women's matchup for Asuka and Charlotte, and besides, of course, Nakamura and AJ, they're realistically going to be going into WrestleMania with a lot of multi-man matches. You got to believe that it's going to be some type of triple threat between Kevin, Sami Zayn, and Shane McMahon after what we've seen tonight. Or they might even be going for the tag team match. That's really a question mark as of right now. You see the United States Championship. It's already with Jinder Mahal, Randy Orton, and Bobby Roode. You can possibly be adding Dolph Ziggler, Baron Corbin, and maybe even, hopefully, a Ty Dillinger to that equation to make a ladder match. You look at the tag team division. There you go. You look at the tag team division, and it's literally the Usos, the Bludgeon Brothers, and the New Day in the program for the tag team championships. They did not decide to go 2-on-2, which is the tag team version of a singles match, with the Usos and the Bludgeon Brothers, and that's very, very disappointing if you ask me. So, I mean, WWE, SmackDown Live, not really an exciting road to WrestleMania as of right now at all. I am not enjoying what I am seeing on SmackDown Live by any means. This show was very boring, very formulaic, and that's probably one of the main reasons you're getting this show in the morning on Wednesday instead of course, on Tuesday night. But, of course, ladies and gentlemen, besides this being a very sleeper show when it realistically shouldn't have been, there were things to discuss on SmackDown Live here tonight. We're going to be talking about it all. Nakamura, AJ, Charlotte, Asuka. We're going to be talking the United States Championship picture, what happened to the tag team, and Shane McMahon squealing like if he had... I don't even know. I don't even know. Shane McMahon took a power bomb into like a crate or something, and he was squealing like he was giving birth to a baby boy. Oh, God. Absolutely ridiculous. That was hilarious, but ridiculous at the same time. We'll talk about that. Hopefully, I'll play the audio for you guys. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, make sure to go check out all the other content on the Ringside Wrestling channel. Of course, your SmackDown Live review is what you're watching right now. But last night, the Monday Night Raw review was uploaded. Review to the SmackDown Live exclusive pay-per-view WWE Fastlane 2018. Make sure to go check that out. Uploaded on Sunday. Definitely has to do with what you're seeing right now on SmackDown Live television. We talk about everything that happened on that pay-per-view. Make sure to go check out the Monday Night Raw review. Just to put a little emphasis on what we talked about. Didn't quite cover that. We're talking about Roman Reigns. We're always talking about Roman Reigns when it comes to Monday Night Raw right here on the Ringside Wrestling channel. So make sure to go check that out. Monday Night Raw review. WWE continues to try to shove Roman Reigns down our throats. And you guessed it, it continues to be a failure. Talking about that in detail, as well as to go check out Behind the Mic episode number 57, just uploaded this past weekend on Saturday. Make sure that you do not miss that. Very, very good stuff on Behind the Mic episode number 57. Talking about Roman Reigns, like always. The Roman Reigns initiative being pushed and Brock Lesnar being buried because of that. Something that's playing out right now on WWE television, as well as Braun Strowman and what his plans would be going into WrestleMania. So make sure to go check out all that other good stuff. And if you enjoy what you hear here on the Ringside Wrestling YouTube channel, like I'm sure you do, make sure to click that like button or dislike button if you don't enjoy it. Nah, I don't care, honestly. Tell me what you think. I always want to get some feedback. Make sure to comment what you thought of SmackDown Live here tonight, because your opinion is just as important as mine. I didn't think it was a very good show. I thought it was very lackluster. Not the worst show in the world, but I mean, what are you going to do about it? SmackDown Live really needs to get better. I've gone on this rant like 3 weeks in a row. I'm really not feeling it this week. But, of course, if you enjoy what you hear here, make sure, of course, to subscribe to the Ringside Wrestling YouTube channel as well. Make sure to subscribe and, of course, click on that notification bell, because that's how you get the videos nowadays on YouTube. You get that notification straight to your mobile device. So make sure to help out the Ringside Wrestling YouTube channel for doing all that, because for now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go straight into your SmackDown Live review. And SmackDown Live here tonight started with your WWE Champion, AJ Styles. So AJ came out, he addressed his win at Fastlane, and then of course Nakamura came out. I'll play you the audio to this segment. Nakamura sounded pretty good here, better than he has in the past couple weeks. There were people saying they couldn't understand his English. I mean, are you kidding me? I felt it was clear, at least I did. But here is the segment. Nakamura, AJ, I'm going to point out a thing that I liked that WWE is actually doing with Nakamura, and I will play you the segment right here. So, do they even have it on here? Yes, they do. AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura come face to face ahead of WrestleMania 34. So that was the segment here tonight on SmackDown Live. I'm gonna play it for you right here, right now.
I'm going to WrestleMania. But let me admit, I hadn't forgot where I came from, because it wasn't long ago where the rumblings of AJ Styles actually coming to WWE are pretty unbelievable. The fact that AJ Styles was WWE champion was unbelievable. And then the fact that AJ Styles is now going to WrestleMania as the WWE champion, yeah. Unbelievable, not impossible. And now we're 4 weeks out for New Orleans on April 8th, and the man that will be standing across from me is probably the biggest Japanese superstars in WWE history, Shinsuke Nakamura. This is the dream match. We wanted it. I want to give it to you. I have the utmost respect for Shinsuke Nakamura, because we have similar paths getting here to the WWE. But when it comes to this WWE Championship, those comparisons stop, Shinsuke. Hey, listen, I'm no different than you. I'm just like the WWE Universe. In fact, if you want to call me the everyman, I'm okay with that. That's until I step in this ring. When I step through these ropes and I stand right here in front of you guys, I am phenomenal. I respect you. At WrestleMania, dream is coming true. My dream face. And I will become champion.
So there you go. That was the segment right there between Nakamura and AJ. I like how tension is starting to be built. They're acknowledging the fact that at WrestleMania they're competitors. They're not just going to be guys who respect each other. They're not just going to be friends. They're going to put on a hell of a match. And there was actually a backstage segment after AJ's match with Rusev here tonight on SmackDown Live. We'll talk about that. That was a good matchup here tonight. But as far as this segment goes, Nakamura, I like the way they're putting in knee to face. I mean, I don't think it's getting over as much as WWE hoped it would. There's a lot of other things that Nakamura could say. I've heard YouTube channels, specifically the Joe Cronin show, saying that Nakamura should be saying, "If you mess with me at the pay-per-view, you die." Something like that, you know? Something like that. But knee to face, I like it. It's good. It's catchy. You can implement it in there, and it gives Nakamura something to say that everybody knows, and it's lethal. You know his opponents, they're going to get that knee to the face. So I like how they're implementing that. How Nakamura keeps saying he's going to beat AJ at WrestleMania. He's going to beat AJ at WrestleMania. They're probably, and this is what I don't like, they're probably just going to end up going the generic route and making them tag team partners next week. That will be Nakamura and AJ against Rusev Day. And they're like going to have to team with each other since they're both baby faces. There's not going to be any underlying tension. What I would have happen is have Rusev Day pull out a big win because Nakamura and AJ screwed each other over. Or some miscommunication. Have there be some miscommunication between Nakamura and AJ, and have it lead to Rusev Day getting a huge upset victory. That would be fantastic. But will you pin Nakamura and AJ? That's the question. You don't want to pin your Royal Rumble winner going into WrestleMania. You don't want to pin your WWE Champion going into WrestleMania. But I'm saying if it's to further tension between Nakamura and AJ, I say why don't you go that way? What they did here tonight, it was pretty alright because it was Rusev versus AJ. Rusev versus AJ had a decent outing here tonight on SmackDown Live. Rusev is great in the ring, bro. Absolutely great in the ring. Clearly, when he's in there with AJ Styles, anything Rusev does is going to be maximum better to the 110th percentile. And that's exactly what it was here tonight on SmackDown Live. Very, very good match. I enjoyed the hell out of it. But it was after the matchup where AJ, of course, did win by disqualification, though. I like how they prevented Rusev from losing here, because this was a very clear situation where Rusev is going to take the L. Rusev is going to take the L in this situation, right? But Aiden English did the interference, attacked AJ. They both started attacking AJ. And it took Nakamura a little while to get up out of his seat because he was sitting by commentary, not on commentary. That would be a train wreck right there if you had Nakamura speaking on commentary. But he was sitting by commentary, and he slowly got up. He eventually helped AJ out, and there was a little backstage segment. I'll play it for you guys right here where Nakamura and AJ are talking, and AJ's pretty much saying, "Thanks for the help, but I don't need it." So here it is. AJ Styles thanks Shinsuke Nakamura for helping him out from the attack here tonight on SmackDown Live.
Hey, Nakamura, I didn't need your help at Fastlane against 5 other guys. I didn't need it tonight either. It looked like you did. But don't worry. I will help every time until WrestleMania. So then, I'll beat you with the knee to face.
And he does a little sign. So there you go. There you go. Just a short little segment. Nakamura reminding AJ, "I'll help you out. Sure, buddy. But when it comes to WrestleMania, you're gonna take the beating." So there you go with that. I like it. I like it. We moved on to SmackDown Live. Nothing really too amazing. It started off decently, and if they would have kept this pace that they kept with the Nakamura AJ segment, and then a very good match between AJ Styles and Rusev, you could have kept that pace, and it could have been a pretty decent show here tonight. But of course, WWE failed to keep that pace because WWE television is god-awful nowadays. And we moved on to things that absolutely didn't matter and kind of fell flat. We moved on to, it was Big E and Jey Uso, or was it Jimmy Uso? I don't know which Uso it was, but it was Big E and one of the Usos teaming up against the Bludgeon Brothers, because clearly the partners of both of Jimmy Uso or Jey Uso was taken out, and of course Xavier Woods, who I think is actually legitimately injured. I need to look into that. And Kofi Kingston were taken out by the Bludgeon Brothers, and Big E was the only one who remained. So those two teamed up. The Bludgeon Brothers apparently wanted the remains of what they took out last Sunday at Fastlane. So it was going to be Jimmy Uso and Big E teaming up against the Bludgeon Brothers here tonight. And we go to the ring, and it was Big E and Jimmy Uso versus the Bludgeon Brothers. I like the way they handled this. They had Big E and Jimmy Uso wising up. They got chairs because they know they're not going to take on the Bludgeon Brothers. Tried to attack the Bludgeon Brothers before the matchup. Got chairs. Bludgeon Brothers grabbed their hammers. It was chairs versus hammers. Hammers won. And they did have a matchup. But it was short-lived. Clearly the Bludgeon Brothers won very quickly here against beaten and battered remains of both the New Day and the Usos. It was pretty good for what we seen. Big E and Jimmy Uso got some offense in there, got a couple super kicks in, but at the end of the day, the Bludgeon Brothers took control of the situation. Big E was sent to the outside, straight into the hands of Eric Rowan, who sent him into the steel steps, which pretty much left Jimmy Uso alone. Rowan returns for the ring for more punishment on Uso. They drive Jimmy into the mat with the double team powerbomb maneuver that they have, and it was pretty much over for Jimmy Uso. So that was it between the Bludgeon Brothers and the New Day and the Usos for this week. Not a lot, but it was decent for what it was. From here, we moved on to a backstage segment with Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn clearly cuts a very good back promo, and this was pretty alright. Sami says he had Kevin Owens pinned, and he would be WWE Champion now, but Shane McMahon stopped it. Sami says he really can't blame Shane. He blames Owens. Sami says Shane would not have been at ringside if it weren't for Owens' obsession with Shane. Sami goes on about Owens calling himself self-centered and says he played everyone at Fastlane, Owens and the others, but he was guilty by association. Sami says he will never pay that price again, not for Owens, not for anybody. So Sami Zayn here was trying to act like he was separated from Kevin Owens. He and Kevin Owens are done. By the end of the night, it didn't look like that was the case, and we'll discuss that. We go to Asuka and Charlotte. Asuka makes her first appearance on SmackDown Live. And I mean, this could have been something exciting. You really could have made this into something exciting. But really, you didn't build any tension between these two women. Why wouldn't you want to build some type of tension between these two women? The two feuds, the two dream matches that we want to see on SmackDown Live. We got our dream matches, alright. But are you going to build a feud? Or are these two people just going to coexist until we get to the match? It's ridiculous, bro. At least between Charlotte and Asuka, you should be building something that's like, okay. Like, Asuka was saying, alright, you can call yourself the queen, but I bow to no queen. Charlotte should have been like, whoa. Everybody on SmackDown Live has learned to bow to the queen. At the beginning, they did not want to. But I put them in place. And Asuka, you know what, at WrestleMania, I'm going to do the same to you. Charlotte should have said something like that. Something a little bit aggressive. Really didn't do any of that. Here's the segment. Asuka explains why she chose to choose Charlotte for WrestleMania. So here it is. She kind of already explained it on Monday Night Raw, which made the segment pointless. And I was a little disappointed by that. So here it was, Asuka's first night on SmackDown Live.
Welcome to SmackDown Live, and I guess they say, be careful what you wish for. Thank you! I have traveled around the world defending my title, and people always say two things. One, congratulations, Charlotte, and two, what would happen if you faced Asuka, who has beat everyone she's ever faced, and the woman who is untouchable? But what would happen if the Queen went one-on-one with the Empress of Tomorrow? Who would bow down? And I guess we're going to get that answer to the question at WrestleMania. Iron sharpens iron, and when I sat at Royal Rumble, I watched you win, but I knew as a champion that I didn't get to pick who I was going to face. But I wanted you to pick me. I wanted the opportunity. I wanted the challenge. I wanted to face you. So when your music hit on Sunday, I got goosebumps because I knew it was going to be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. But I've never faced anyone like you. But you have never faced anyone like me. So at WrestleMania, be careful what you wish for. Because I'm going to end your streak and cement my legacy. I chose you because I like a challenge. You are the queen, but I am the empress.
Asuka's charisma
And Asuka,
is off the chain.
Asuka bows to no one. Because no one is ready for Asuka.
So that was it. That was the segment right there. So, I mean, realistically, if I could pause this here, which I successfully did, there you go. Anyways, realistically, what Charlotte's promo sounded like, hearing it back, was a lot of forced WWE verbiage. At WrestleMania, it's going to be the Queen versus the Empress of Tomorrow. This is a once-in-a-lifetime match. Iron sharpens iron. I mean, where is all that coming from? You got to be like, Asuka at WrestleMania, and she glanced at this in her closing statement, which just sounded like a goddamn formal speech from Charlotte. Didn't really sound like a robot, because she was really talking in a monotone tone. She was like, well, Asuka, iron sharpens iron. She wasn't with that same charisma. Well, that makes her sound like a robot when she's speaking like that, but she wasn't really bringing that same charisma. And then Asuka, everything she says has that charisma to it. It's like everything has the intensity. Like, even when she says thank you, she was like, thank you. Like, where's that coming from? Just be like, thank you. Or, like, something calm. Like, she projects everything. It seems like Asuka does. So that doesn't really come out as genuine right there. But I want to see some intensity here, bro. We only have 4 weeks till WrestleMania. I'm not sure if Asuka's going to be on Monday Night or on SmackDown Live each and every single week going forward. I mean, she is working on Monday Night Raw too. So are you really going to have Asuka working both shows until WrestleMania? Is that going to be the case? Because if not, I mean, you got to start building something. You have to start building something. I like the way they're building Nakamura and AJ, but that's not necessarily the way I want to see them build Asuka and Charlotte. Something odd that happened after this segment was over is that Randy Orton, as both of these women were getting the stare off in, Randy Orton's music plays. Why are they doing that? Where segments that have nothing to do with each other, somebody else's music plays, and Charlotte and Asuka never to be mentioned again. Are you kidding me? Absolutely ridiculous. Anyways, Randy Orton came out to address his United States Championship win, and he really didn't say anything. He said that winning this title puts him on the elite list that he actually cares about, referring to being the 10th Grand Slam champion under the current format, and says that's a list that he actually cares about. Orton goes on and says Bobby Roode is a hell of a competitor and earns his respect at Fastlane, but the title is now his, and he's taking it to WrestleMania with him. Bobby Roode comes out, Jinder Mahal comes out, and we have ourselves a little match. I think Bobby Roode even tells Randy Orton that he's going to win that title back. Tonight should have realistically been a night where Bobby Roode turns heel. That would have caused some excitement here tonight. I mean, nothing. I mean, Bobby Roode versus Jinder Mahal. And Jinder Mahal won the same way in this match that he wins pretty much each and every single match. I mean, Bobby Roode just lost the United States Championship. Are you going to throw this guy a bone and at least give him the win over Jinder Mahal here tonight? Nope. Jinder Mahal, a Singh brother, makes his name known, and bada boom shakalaka, Jinder Mahal hits the Colossus. 1, 2, 3. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me with that? Absolutely ridiculous right there. And what happens after? I think that was just it. It was Randy Orton who got in the ring and hit an RKO for a big pop. Like, the RKO always gets a big pop. It's the same thing. Randy Orton, or whoever it is, comes in and hits their finisher after the match. Are you kidding me? If it's just these three guys till now, or from now to WrestleMania, this is going to be a very, very shitty road. You're going to have to add Dolph Ziggler, Baron Corbin, and Ty Dillinger, or whoever the sixth person may be, just for the sake of this being absolutely boring. We already seen it for a couple weeks before Fastlane. You mean to tell me we have to endure this triple man affair for a couple more weeks? There has been nothing good coming out of this. Two babyface stale the members of the roster, and Bobby Roode and Randy Orton, and then Jinder Mahal does me no favors as far as intriguing television goes. When Jinder Mahal's on my television, I want him to be off of it immediately. Anyways, Kevin Owens. We move on to something actually good on the show. Kevin Owens. This is a backstage segment for Kevin Owens, and he comments on Sami Zayn, blaming him for what happened. Owens rants and says he's tired of this. Owens says Sami is a liar and is delusional, now blaming Sami for his shortcomings. Owens goes on about Shane, how he would be WWE Champion, and how Shane wasn't needed at ringside on Sunday. Owens says he has a problem beating up Sami. He has an problem beating Sami up. I don't. What the hell does this article say? Owens says he has on problem beating up Sami and showing him the. I have no idea. I'm completely out of it. Anyways, from there we go on to Naomi versus Oh, what an interesting match on SmackDown. This is what I want to see when I tune into SmackDown Live each and every single week. Naomi versus Carmella over absolutely nothing. And you know what the crazy thing is? Carmella actually won. I feel bad for Naomi and Becky Lynch in the position that they're in on this show. Now, after this, particularly Naomi, I mean, are you kidding me? You are so much better than the position they have you in right now. I mean, I feel like Becky Lynch and Naomi are the Sasha and Bayley of SmackDown Live. Because, I mean, you're pretty much Charlotte's cheerleaders. You're a peg in that situation. And that was in the situation with Ruby Riott, which is pretty much now over. It's Asuka and Charlotte now. So you're pretty much out of the equation going into WrestleMania. You're building towards a Mae Young Battle Royal. Or not a Mae Young Battle Royal. A Fabulous Moolah Battle Royal that nobody cares about. And before that, you're Charlotte's cheerleader. You know you're better than that. And then you have to go into a matchup with Carmella, who has done nothing since winning the Money in the Bank briefcase, since letting go of James Ellsworth. You have to deal with her, and you lose to Carmella on top of that. So absolutely no momentum. No momentum for Naomi at all. At all here tonight, or any night in the past couple weeks on SmackDown Live. To think that in 2017, she was your SmackDown Women's Champion, and now she's doing literally nothing. And don't even get me started with the way that they have booked Becky Lynch. Pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. But for now, we are actually moving on to the closing moments of the show, and that was Shane McMahon, who was hyped up for all of SmackDown Live to have some big WrestleMania announcement. What was this announcement? What was this announcement, you ask? Nothing good. Nothing good whatsoever. It was Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. That was the announcement. That Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn would fight at WrestleMania. What a big announcement. You need to make that your main event segment of SmackDown Live. That wasn't that big. That wasn't that big. We've seen Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn before on SmackDown Live, and Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn even said that. That's why I believe that this matchup that Shane McMahon booked for WrestleMania will be altered. I mean, after what happened, it pretty much is confirmed that it will be altered. But here's the segment. Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn brutally attacks Shane McMahon after he makes his quote-unquote big WrestleMania announcement.
Now, I've had numerous conversations, including one today, with SmackDown's general manager, Daniel Bryan, who I'm pleased to say will be returning to SmackDown Live next week.
Would have been useful to have him here this week, but I think he was like at a wedding with Brie or something. I don't know.
I also told Daniel that he's going to be going in alone because effective immediately after tonight's show, I am taking an indefinite leave of absence as SmackDown Live's commissioner.
This was big news right here.
But before I do, I'm here to make one specific and special matchup. And based on leading up to and what I saw at Fastlane, based on the commentary I heard tonight from these two individuals, it will be Kevin Owens taking on Sami Zayn at WrestleMania. You know what, Shane? You are just doing this because it made you so happy to hear these people cheering like crazy because Kevin Owens and I were beating the hell out of each other at Fastlane. Well, you know what? If you're going to base all your decisions on what these people think, then thank God you are leaving. You guys still baffle me. I just gave you the opportunity to face each other, which many people don't get, on the grandest stage of them all, WrestleMania.
Yeah, we appreciate that, Shane. And we think you'll appreciate this too.
Oh!
So both of them attack him.
Owens and Zayn laying a beat down on Shane McMahon.
And from there, I don't even... the only thing I want to play for you guys from there is Shane McMahon's moans and groans after he gets powerbombed into the goddamn thing. So anyways, Kevin Owens, they did that spot that they did with Jericho back in the summer of last year, where they put the chair around Shane McMahon's neck and they threw him into the post, which looked brutal as always, and then they took him to the back and powerbombed him into... I don't even know what the hell that is. But listen to the sound he made.
Come here. Come here. Come here, Shane. Come here, Shane. Come here.
So he gets powerbombed. Let me see if I can get a bit. It's a crate. It's a crate. But listen to the sound he makes. Wait for it. That's... What was that sound, bro? Like, you didn't get hit in the throat with a pipe. You did not. You got powerbombed. Your back should be in peril. But this guy is making some oddball sound. Where the hell is that coming from? That was absolutely ridiculous. That was a hilarious way to end SmackDown Live. But clearly this is going to lead to something with Shane McMahon and Sami Zayn, Kevin. Maybe this will even lead to Daniel Bryan saying, you know what, Shane, I'm going to team with you. I'm going to team with you, and I'm going to take on Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Because they clearly took things out of hand, and they attacked you unprovoked. You were giving them a matchup at WrestleMania, and you were walking off. I don't agree with what you did at Fastlane. I don't. But that was the unwarranted way for Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens to handle things, and for that reason, I'm going to help you deal with your demons. I'm seeing your side of the situation now. I'm going to team with you. That is the least likely scenario. At this point, I completely deny that Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon are going to be in a tag team against Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn at WrestleMania. I think the way this is going to work is it's either going to be a 2-on-1 handicap match against Shane McMahon, or it's going to be some sort of triple threat. Now, I don't even know how the triple threat would work, because clearly Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are in cahoots. It's either you have them against each other or you don't. And here tonight, with this attack that they had on Shane McMahon, they were very coordinated. They didn't attack each other. It was Kevin and Sami again. Nothing has been able to break them up to this point. So I'm thinking it's going to have to be a tag team effort. There's been rumors of Shane McMahon bringing in Batista, bringing in some big star to return and deal with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Maybe that's exactly what Shane McMahon needs to do. But I just know that Kevin and Sami need to be in the spotlight at WrestleMania. Those rumors of them being on the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal are thankfully, from the looks of it, false. And, I mean, it's either... I doubt at this point that the announcement that Shane McMahon made of it being Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn, I doubt that that's going to stick. I mean, that's the matchup that's one of the matchups that has been rumored. It's been rumored that maybe it would be some type of triple threat. One of the original rumors was the 2-on-2 tag team match with Daniel Bryan, but it doesn't look like Daniel Bryan has come to an agreement. It doesn't look like he's been cleared to compete. So, I don't know. I have absolutely no idea where they're going to go with this, because right now, for it to be a triple threat, I'm throwing that out the window, and for it to be a one-on-one match between Kevin and Sami, I'm throwing that out the window. So right now, what I'm leaning towards is a tag team match, but without Daniel Bryan, unfortunately enough. Maybe Shane McMahon will bring in a Batista. Maybe Shane McMahon will bring in some returning legend. I have no idea. But as far as, what can you say? As far as unpredictability goes, I mean, it was a decent... It kind of fell flat, the attack did. I think they should have done something crazy. I mean, Shane McMahon does all these crazy goddamn spots, right? Why couldn't you have done something in the backstage area that was crazy? I don't know, but SmackDown Live here tonight, nothing too amazing. I mean, most of the things they did on the show fell flat. Decent start, but from there, it just all went downhill. So that's going to be all for your SmackDown Live review here today. Make sure to support the Ringside Wrestling News channel if you enjoyed what you heard here. Make sure to like, make sure to comment, make sure to subscribe, because for now that is going to be all on my part. This has been Joel Perez of Ringside Wrestling Entertainment, and for now, I am out of here. Thank you very, very much for watching your SmackDown Live review. I will see you next time, right here on Ringside Wrestling.